The definition of bases: substances that ionize in water to liberate negatively charged ion that accept a hydrogen ion are called as bases or alkaline substances. That means bases are proton acceptors. For example, sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH. NaOH ionizes as Na plus OH minus ion. OH minus ion is called as hydroxyl ion. So this is how NaOH it ionizes or it dissociates. It leads to formation of two ions. Here again you can note that this reaction arrow, it is in one direction. That means this NaOH it completely dissociates to Na plus OH minus ions. That makes this base a strong base, as we have learned in case of strong acids. Pure water. Initially, it contains 10 raised to minus 7 molar hydrogen ion concentration. So, hydroxyl ions, which are liberated from this NaOH, these hydroxyl ions, when added to water, these react with H plus ions, H plus ions which are present in pure water. So, H plus ions reacts with hydroxyl ions and it leads to formation of water molecules, and this leads to decrease in H plus ion concentration. That means here H plus ions from water are consumed, they react with OH minus ions, which leads to formation of H2O molecule. So it happens like this: OH minus from this NaOH, the product of dissociation of NaOH, it reacts with H plus from water molecule and it leads to formation of H2O. So this means here this NaOH it acts as a proton acceptor. So that is the definition of base, that they are proton acceptors. These are few examples of strong acids and bases. Strong acids are HCl, hydrochloric acid. As we have learned the definition of strong acid, that this dissociation is in one direction. So whenever these acids or bases added to water, immediately all these substances, acids or bases, they completely dissociate into the products. They are called as strong acids or strong bases. Whenever there is a reverse arrow which is shown here, it indicates that that particular acid or base is weak acid or weak base. So whenever there is an equilibrium, it indicates that the substances are weak. Whenever only one directional arrow is there, it indicates that this substance is strong. So these are few examples: HCl, hydrobromic acid, hydroiodic acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, perchloric acid. And these are the examples of strong bases: lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and barium hydroxide. This is one more chart showing strong acids and strong bases. You can note here strong acids, strong bases, weak acids, and weak bases. So weak acids and weak bases, they have an equilibrium. When they dissociate in equilibrium, and these two, they completely dissociate into products. Therefore, they are called as strong. So the things that we need to learn here are strong or weak acid. So strong acids ionize completely, weak acids do not ionize much. That means there is partial dissociation at an equilibrium. So for example, HCl, in case of strong acid, it dissociates to H plus plus Cl minus. In case of weak acid, that is CH3COOH, the direction of arrows are bidirectional. You can see that is at an equilibrium, so that's why it is weak acid. Strong acids add all their H plus ions to solution. Weak acid add some of their H plus ions to solution. Now, this is very important. Strong acids have high ability of dissociation, and that ability of dissociation or ionization is measured in terms of this dissociation constant. This dissociation constant, it is abbreviated as Ka, dissociation constant for acid. So this dissociation constant is high for strong acids. Dissociation constant is low for weak acid. In case of strong base and weak base, this is description of strong base, this is description of weak base. Let's see what is the difference. Strong bases dissociate completely, weak bases do not dissociate, or they dissociate much less. For example, strong base NaOH, it dissociates like Na plus OH minus. So you can see this arrow, it is in a single direction. That indicates that this is strong base. Ammonium hydroxide, it is weak base. It dissociates as OH minus plus NH4 plus. So you can see this arrow, this is bidirectional, so this is weak base. Strong bases add all their OH minus to the solutions, which then further react with H plus ions present in the solution, thereby decreasing the concentration of H plus ions. Weak bases add some of their hydroxyl ions to the solution. Now, the dissociation constant for bases, it is abbreviated as Kb. So, strong bases have higher value of Kb and weak bases have smaller value of Kb. So, these are the differences between strong acids, weak acids, strong bases and weak bases. So, decrease in pH, decrease in hydrogen ion concentration leads to increase in pH and the solution becomes more basic or alkaline. So, as the concentration of hydrogen ions decreases in the solution, the pH increases, inverse proportionality, as we have discussed in the last lecture. So, this NaOH and KOH are strong bases because they are completely ionized in dilute aqueous solution. as stated earlier. Weak acids and bases do not completely dissociate in solution but exist as equilibrium mixtures. So this equilibrium mixture for weak acids, it is shown in this equation number 1. So this equation number 1 is for the description of dissociation of weak acid. For example, HA is a weak acid. So this HA, it dissociates as H plus OH minus. That means as it is an acid, it is a proton donor. So HA dissociates as H plus A minus. This is called as proton and this is called as conjugate base. This is weak acid. K1 is the reaction rate constant. K2 is reaction rate constant. This is equation number 1. So as I mentioned, HA represents weak acid and A minus represents conjugative base. K1 represents the rate constant for dissociation of acid. Here it is for the dissociation of acid 2H plus A minus, and K2 is the reaction rate constant for association. Here it is dissociation. Here it is K2 is for association of conjugate base and hydrogen ion, these two, to form HA. So this condition K1 and K2, it indicates equilibrium. These two arrows, it indicates equilibrium. So this equilibrium constant, that is K, for weak acid, sorry for the wrong spelling, it should be WEAK. So K for weak acid, it is defined by this following equation, that is equation number 2. So what is this equation number 2? Equilibrium constants for ionization reactions. Ionization is formation of ions. So the equilibrium constant for ionization reactions are more usually called as ionization constants or dissociation constants. So this dissociation constant is this K for ionization reactions. So dissociation constants for acids are often designated as Ka, dissociation constant for acid. Likewise, dissociation constant for bases, it will be abbreviated as Kb. So stronger acids have higher dissociation constants, while weak acids have lower dissociation constant. This we need to remember. Strong acids will have higher value of dissociation constant and weak acids will have lower value of dissociation constant. You can see this equation number 2 here. Dissociation constant for acid Ka, it will be abbreviated as or described as K1 by K2. K1 and K2 are the reaction rate constants for forward reaction and backward reaction, as it was stated in the earlier slide. So K1 will be further abbreviated as, so this is for reaction rate constant for dissociation of HA2 H plus A minus. So here K1 will be abbreviated as H plus concentration of hydrogen ion into concentration of conjugate base, the products. K2 is the reaction rate constant for association. So the association product is HA. So These square brackets indicates the concentration. So this is concentration of weak acid, concentration of hydrogen ion, and concentration of conjugate base. This will be the equation number 2. These equations are very important for the calculation of uh, calculations for the preparation of acids and bases of different strengths. This is also useful for the preparation of buffers. We can calculate the values for preparation of particular type of buffer, because buffers are prepared by using these weak acids and weak bases that we'll see later on. So all these equations help us to calculate all these values required for the preparation of acids and bases of different strengths and the buffers of different pH values. Now we know that hydrogen ion concentration is reported as pH, which is negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration. You can see in similar fashion the pKa is also defined by the similar equation. So as we have defined hydrogen ion concentration like negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration as pH, we can define in the similar way pKa as negative logarithm of Ka. So this relationship, this is the definition of pKa, and every weak acid will have a specific pKa value, which is a negative logarithm of uh, dissociation constant. So we can see that more the more strongly dissociate the acid, means strong acid, the lower will be its pKa. This means that strong acids will have higher value of Ka, but at the same time it will have a lower value of pKa. Exactly opposite will be there for weak acids. Weak acids will have lower value of Ka and higher value of pKa. So we need to remember this. So all these relationships, value of pKa, and all these types of equations, value of pK, all these are important for the preparation of buffers. All these calculations are very important for the preparation of acids and bases having different strengths and buffers having different pH values.